What up, you guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today is the day that the Integra is leaving. It is officially, we've signed the paperwork. It's gone. I'll show you guys who bought it, where it's going, and then what we did and what we traded for it. So let's check it out. Don't stall it, bro. No pressure. Hang on. If you grab that lip, all right, so what do you think of your new car, bro? Are you excited about your new car?
Yeah, excited. It's gonna be a fun project.
Yeah? What is, okay, what's your plan with this car? What are you gonna do with it?
Try to make it where I can hook up a little bit, yeah.
All right, okay.
Have some fun with it.
Nice.
Nice project car.
Yeah, I'm happy you're buying it. I'm happy it's going to somebody that's gonna actually play with it, tinker with it, make it better. So, you know, just needs a little bit of love and it'll go a long ways, my man. So,
sure.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it, dude.
We'll probably be calling you with a bunch of information.
Absolutely.
Hey, how do you do this? How do you do that? What do you do here?
I'll show you where the boost controller solenoid goes. Let's do that. So this is what we traded for, a little cash plus KTM 250. Pretty sweet little bike. Haven't ever owned an actual quote-unquote race motorcycle, so I guess this will be a first, but it looks pretty good. Pretty nice looking bike. A little bit of cleanup. Make it look pretty darn good. So there you guys go. His name is Mateo. Awesome kid, very nice. Him and his dad and his buddy that came down, all very, very nice people. Very good transaction, very smooth. So I'm happy that, like I said, the car is going to somebody that's going to take care of it, enjoy it, and use it. And yeah, so it'll be pretty cool. I'm also excited to be able to ride this thing and have a little bit of fun with this bike. Leaks from the head right here. You can see a little bit of oil right here, and that's typical, I think, of just these style. So I don't think it's too difficult to pull this guy off and fix it. We'll see what that does. You know what I mean? I think it's still a pretty sweet bike. Looks like it's in pretty decent shape. Seems to run good. So like I said, we'll just clean it up and have some fun with it. So alright, so there you guys go. You guys saw that video. There wasn't a whole lot, you know, not too much, but enough to, you know, see it and say laters to the Integra. Obviously we got the motorcycle, which you could see a little bit of. Still haven't washed it. Like I said, it had a dead battery too, so we got it. It's actually over here charging as we speak. I have a big question. I want to know what you guys think. So I was hanging out the other day and talking to my fiance, and randomly the guy that sold me this car hit me up and said, hey, it's so-and-so, do you remember me? Which we both still have the same numbers. I still have his number saved, so I knew exactly who it was. I actually think I have him saved under Comp Orange Cobra. And anyways, like I said, he sold me this car and he said, hey, I'm looking to get another car. Do you still have your car? If so, I would like to buy it back. I don't even know what to think about that. At first I was thinking I won't do it. I love it too much. And ironically, the day before that, my fiance and I were in it, and I hadn't driven it in a while, so I said, let's go drive it. So we were driving it to Target, and I was like, man, I could never get rid of this thing. It's beautiful, and you know, I just could never sell it. And then here I am now, really honestly debating selling it back to him, and here is why. So we're gonna go do a story about this car. I originally bought this car from this guy, and the way that I did it, I was sitting down on my computer, and it goes into why I have 777 on my windshield as well, is I was standing there not standing, but sitting at my computer looking for a Comp Orange Cobra. I typed in '04 Comp Orange Cobra, Googled it, hit enter, sent it, you know, and a list of things came up, and I clicked on one, which was at the top, and went and looked at some stuff and went back through and that. And then I actually sat and I prayed to God and said, hey, you know, help me out. If it's right to get a car now, please help me. If it's not, you know, just let it be known. And actually right after that, I'd closed the browser, so I reopened it, literally started typing in the exact same thing I typed in. It was already up in the search, so I just clicked it because it was already there. And bam, here's a link to this car, and it is at the top, which I just clicked the top link, which was purple, but now it was a second to the top link. So I clicked on the new top link, and it was actually a link to, I think, an SVT forums page where somebody had posted the Craigslist ad to this car in Tennessee. And so obviously I got in contact with this guy. I'm like, hey man, do you still have the car? Is it still listed for sale? He contacted me, he said, yeah, I do. I definitely have the car. It's still for sale. We did a little bit of negotiating and came up with a price. I agreed on the price. We spoke a couple times, you know, negotiating. It wasn't like one time we did it. And one of those times I came a pastor at a church. I'm going to church right now, but I'll call you when I'm done. And that right there was kind of like a, you know, a sign for me. I was like, you know, at that point I was saying maybe it was coincidence with, you know, finding this car and that, and, you know, I don't know if God really had a role in it, but, you know, after that I was kind of like, all right, absolutely 110%. I believe God had a huge role in me finding and getting this car, and I believe my relationship with my fiance I have now, obviously God played a huge role in that. So it's been a really amazing thing that's happened, and I almost feel like I have to sell this car back to him, because when I went to buy it from him and I finally get there, I'm like, man, why are you selling this car? Why, you know, what's your reason for it? And he said, to be honest, I don't really know, but if you don't buy it, I'm not gonna sell it. I'm gonna keep it. And I was like, okay. He's like, I guess technically if you want a reason, it's because my business is expanding, and he had just moved into a new building, and he's like, and I need the money, but really it's a drop in the bucket compared to everything else that's going on at the moment. So he's like, it doesn't really matter that much, but yeah, I guess, you know. And so I told him my story and how I had prayed and done all that and everything else. He says, you know what, I feel way better about selling this car to you than I did. And he's like, and all my reservations and, you know, nerves are kind of gone. So, you know, obviously he sold me the car and sent it to me, and I got it, and I've had it since then and played with it, modded it, and had fun. And don't get me wrong, I still love this car to death, but I almost feel like I owe it to him to sell it back to him. And we also have already spoke over text, and I told him if I sold it to him, back to him, I would be the first person that he sold it back to. If he ever decided to get rid of it, I'd always have the option to buy it back. And I think that's always fair. Like I told him, if I ever sold this car, I was actually thinking about him the other day and thinking about selling it back. Just went through my head, like, hey, I need to contact him and see if I can get a hold of him and do that. And so I don't know, I just feel like maybe I need to sell it. I feel like God's trying to tell me I need to sell this car. I know everybody, or not everybody, but a lot of people are here on my channel because of this car and love this car. And don't get me wrong, I absolutely love this car to death. But I don't feel like if I sold it back to him, it's like the car's gone forever. Yeah, it's gonna get more miles on it. Yes, it's gonna get driven, it's a car. But he obviously took very good care of it. I've obviously taken very good care of it. So, you know, that would be that. And I'd put it back to stock. I'd put the stock lower and all that crap back on it. It'd literally be a 100% stock car. And then as much of the parts that I can put back on it, obviously the transmission would stay with it, the clutch. But other than that, everything else would be pretty much stock. And then I would take these wheels and tires off, and they would go on to the Fox body. Tell me what you guys think. I'm kinda, you know, up in the air. I don't know. I know this video is more talking, not a lot of doing, but I'm really kind of at a loss, and I'm curious to see what you guys think. I'm honestly asking you guys, what do you guys think? What should I do? Should I sell it back to him? Should I not? How many of you would continue to watch my channel if I sold this car? You know, there's things I'm curious about. So comment down below if you would stay and why, and also comment down below if you would leave and why. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to show you that, explain that to you, and get your guys' thoughts. It may be time to let the Cobra go. I'm not 100% sure. You know, every day has a new beginning, and maybe this is just a new beginning. I feel like if I sold this car to him, I gave it up now, like yes, I am giving up something. But I always believe anytime I've ever done anything for, you know, a good reason or for somebody else, I feel like God's always treated me well, and I've always got that tenfold in other places. So it would be giving up something now for something greater later. And I think that's kind of what life's about, and that's where you have to separate yourself from an object or a thing and your love for that object or thing. And you know, this car played a big role in my and my fiance meeting. This was actually the first date we ever did was in this car. And obviously we're gonna be married here in 2 weeks. So, you know, it's kind of crazy. I'm at a loss for words, like I said, but I'd love to see what you guys have to say, and I'd love, you know, to have you guys seriously comment down below and let me know. Just tell me your thoughts. So, as always, I appreciate you guys for watching. I have a couple videos coming out, got some good content filmed, so continue watching. Obviously, we got cool stuff with this. I would have had a video out with this already and this video out already, except it's been raining and I was kind of holding off, and I figured, hey, what the heck. I'll make this video, put it up, and that way you guys can go over it and tell me what you think. But yeah, as always, keep wrenching on your own cars, keep kicking butt, and I'll see you guys in the next one, but it's time for you to get the heck out of here.